What if this old worn-looking buffalo nickel in your hand could be worth thousands of dollars? It may look like a small piece of forgotten pocket change, covered with age and showing plenty of wear, but the date on this coin makes it something collectors should never ignore. This is a 1921 buffalo nickel, a coin that takes us back more than a century to an entirely different America.
And here's the shocking part. Depending on the mint mark, condition, and exact characteristics, a 1921 buffalo nickel can move from an ordinary collectible into a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So before you decide that this old coin is simply too worn to matter, take a much closer look. The buffalo nickel was produced from 1913 through 1938,
and its famous design features a Native American portrait on the obverse and an American bison on the reverse. The design is beautiful, but it also created a major problem for collectors. The date was placed on one of the highest points of the design, meaning decades of circulation could wear it away. That's why finding a clearly identifiable 1921 example is already interesting. But now comes the detail that could make a huge difference: the mint mark. A 1921 buffalo nickel without a mint mark was struck at Philadelphia, while an S beneath the buffalo indicates the San Francisco Mint. And the 1921 S is the one collectors really want to investigate. The San Francisco Mint produced only about 1.5 million buffalo nickels in 1921, compared with more than 10 million struck at Philadelphia, making the 1921 S substantially scarcer. Now imagine holding one of these old coins and discovering that tiny letter S. Suddenly, you may not be looking at an ordinary 5-cent piece anymore. This is where the potential value becomes exciting.
Current market references show that circulated 1921 S buffalo nickels can reach into the thousands depending on grade, while exceptionally preserved examples can command considerably more. NGC currently lists a broad circulated range for the 1921 S and shows values reaching around $2,050 in circulated grades, with pristine uncirculated examples listed much higher.
So if your particular coin has been estimated around $1,500, that number would need to be supported by its exact mint mark, grade, authenticity, and market evidence, not simply because it is old. And that distinction is extremely important for collectors. An old coin isn't automatically a rare coin. Condition matters. Strike quality matters. The mint mark matters. Even small details that most people completely overlook can change collector interest dramatically. And that's why I would never recommend cleaning a coin like this. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and may reduce its desirability to serious collectors. Instead, keep the coin exactly as you found it and, if you believe you have a valuable 1921 S, consider professional authentication and grading. There are documented auction results showing that high-grade 1921 buffalo nickels can bring significant prices. For example, PCG's records a 1921 MS66 example sold through Stack's Bowers for $1,020 in February 2025. And that tells us something fascinating. The biggest secret isn't simply the number 1921. It's the combination of date, mint mark, condition, and rarity. So look again at your buffalo nickel. Is there an S under the buffalo? How much detail remains on the buffalo's horn and body? Can you clearly see the date? Are the letters and design elements sharply defined, or have years of circulation worn them down? These details can tell a very different story. A heavily worn 1921 Philadelphia coin and a scarce 1921 S in excellent condition are not the same coin from a collector's point of view. And this is exactly why old coins are so fascinating. You could find one in an inherited collection, an old drawer, a coin jar, or tucked away in a forgotten box, and at first glance, it might look almost worthless. But one tiny mint mark can completely change the investigation. So if you're looking at a 1921 buffalo nickel right now, don't spend it, don't clean it, and don't assume the condition tells the entire story. Check the date, check beneath the buffalo for the mint mark, protect the coin, and have it evaluated if the details suggest something special. Because sometimes a coin that looks like nothing more than an old 5-cent piece can turn into one of the most exciting discoveries in a collection. And if your 1921 Buffalo nickel really has the characteristics supporting a value around $2,500, then you may be holding far more than an old nickel. You may be holding a remarkable piece of American numismatic history.